afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday. It's Alyssa Corum here, and I'm joined by Ken Shreve. And what a day it was to close off this week. A huge earnings week with a lot of big cap tech stocks in focus and plenty more. Ken, give us a rundown of the couple of names we're going to be focusing on today.
Well, so much to talk about, but we can only pick three stocks. And we'll take a look at a really nice earnings report from Facebook. Also take a look at outperformance from a lot of China stocks today, including Pinduoduo, and also take a look at Square ahead of earnings next week.
All right, sounds like a plan. Here is a chart of the Nasdaq, and this is slightly delayed here, but the tech-heavy index ended up closing up about 1.5%, while the S&P 500 closed up 0.8% for the day, and the Dow up about 0.5%. Now, Ken, it was looking a little touch and go there for a little bit in the session, but we picked up steam and closed pretty nicely today.
No question about it. I mean, this is classic bull market action. I mean, we talk a lot on IBD Live about how we like to, if we get a weak open, sometimes we'll get a strong close. That's what you tend to see in bull markets, and in bear markets, you get these really strong opens and then lots of selling into the close. So there were a lot of buyers around late in the session today. Remember, the Nasdaq was up 1.5% in the morning, and then it went all the way back to break even. And then the Nasdaq just slowly started to find its footing. And then during the last half hour or so, it just really took off. So good bullish close for the Nasdaq. The Dow and S&P lagged a little bit, but they ended near session highs as well.
All right, well, let's start off with a look at Facebook, one of the big cap tech stocks reporting earnings last night, gaining over 8% today in heavy volume. A nice gap up here on that quarterly earnings report, which showed big beats on both the top and bottom lines and strong growth. So what do you make of the gap up here today, and is it in position still?
I would argue yes. I mean, if you've been looking to own Facebook stock and you're just looking for an entry point, I would argue that that it is buyable right now. Just a really explosive gap up in price. The one issue, you know, we talk a lot about the relative strength line that is lagging a little bit, and that's you know, again, Facebook has been just kind of moving sideways and actually under a little pressure before today's bullish move. But I would argue that 215 pivot, 250 25 buy point is totally actionable here. And I think the big highlight for Facebook's earnings report, they did revenue of 18.7 billion. That was just over 1 billion above the Refinitiv consensus estimate of 17.4. So credit to Facebook for really strong numbers. And we also have to give credit to Amazon and Apple too. They were big drivers behind the Nasdaq's gain today. Explosive results from both of those stocks too.
Yeah, that's for sure. And elsewhere, you mentioned some Chinese stocks outperforming today, and among them Pinduoduo, PDD, also up 8% today, above average turnover. And it's looking like it's continuing its rebound off of support at this 50-day line or 10-week line on a weekly chart, and also crossing over a downward sloping trend line as well.
Yeah, I mean, this stock was up all 5 days this week, Monday through Friday, and the first legitimate bounce off the 50-day moving average was on Monday, and it just extended gains from there. And then you can see the volume today. I couldn't find any news on PDD, but made a nice move. We're going to hear from Pinduoduo in August, mid-August or so, with their next earnings report. But yeah, I was looking through the MarketSmith Growth 250 today, and there were several China stocks outperforming. Not only Pinduoduo, but also GSX Tech EDU, the for-profit school stock. There was Bilibili and also JD.com. So a lot of China stocks still looking pretty good out there.
All right, and last but not least, Square setting up ahead of its quarterly report next week. We got results from PayPal this week, also in this space, and Square set to issue its results next week. What do you think about this setup here?
Well, in light of strong earnings from PayPal, I mean, PayPal and Square are kind of different businesses, but we had big earnings from PayPal earlier this week. If we could switch over to the weekly chart for Square, really just like the way this is trading ahead of earnings. You can see a massive move higher for the stock, all the way from 30 all the way up to around 130 right now. And people say, well, why would I buy it? It's made such a big move. Well, you want to pay attention when a stock makes an explosive move like that and then holds those gains after earnings. That's exactly what Square has done, and obviously the market is optimistic about a strong earnings report. Earnings and sales are expected to decline from year ago levels. Remember, a lot of merchants use the Square point of sale solutions. PayPal had really good top line and bottom line growth, but a lot of people use PayPal to pay for their online purchases. So I wouldn't be surprised to see strong results from Square. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. What do you make of the top option plays for earnings coming up next week? What is that shaping up to look like?
Well, Square actually looks pretty reasonable. We talked about Square in the latest column. We're actually taking a look at a lot of enterprise software stocks that are set to report earnings. It's a very busy week. We've got Fastly, we've got Datadog, we've got this great Israeli software leader Wix.com. So lots of good tidbits in there.
Great. Well, everyone, make sure you check out Ken's earnings preview column over at investors.com for all of the details on that. And of course, we have all of our weekly features on investors.com and the IBD weekly print edition. Don't miss it. You can check out all of our content to make sure you are sharpening your skills as an investor over the weekend and getting prepared for the week ahead. And you can be sure that the conversation will continue Monday morning on IBD Live. That's our daily morning live stream. Our experts are sharing their screens, talking about all of these stocks on the move on earnings. And there have been a lot of actionable names, a heightened amount, I would say, of actionable names during this earnings season, Ken.
Yeah, no question about it. And today was a great day for the bulls. We've been in a confirmed uptrend since pretty much the first week of August, and we've been in a confirmed uptrend since that time. And another good day for the bulls. And I'll tell you what, second quarter earnings season has been pretty darn good.
Yeah, first week of April, we've just been chugging along in this uptrend, and you'll hear more from Mike Webster and myself this weekend. His weekend stock market update is going to video, so we're going to try out a video version of that. So you'll hear more from us then over the weekend. But for us, for stock market today, that is it, and we'll see you right back here next week, everyone.